Hi, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, whatever time it is. Oh, it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I may have been busy today, so I lost track of time, but I saw that it was close to 2 o'clock and I promised I would be on at 2 o'clock. So here I am. I have been bustling to make sure I made that happen. I took a walk this morning. I don't know if you saw any of the pictures that I posted on My Mystical Life and then shared over to my personal page. And this is only the second walk I've taken since I've been back. I used to walk 8 miles a day when I was here before, and absolutely loved my walks, and I would walk every day. And when I got here this time, I was like, I'm going to walk. I'm going to walk every day. I'm going to get back into the swing of things. And Spirit went, guess what? You're not going to do that. And I was like, well, okay. So the other walk I took was I took all my camera gear down to record. And I did do recording. But by the time I got back here, it was noon. It was so hot. And I've decided I can't do that. So I either get in the car in the morning and I drive someplace to find someplace to record, or I take that time and I go for my walk in the morning. And I have to tell you, I totally remembered why I love walking here. It is so gorgeous. And even the sidewalk, I took a picture of the sidewalk because lining the sidewalk is nothing but flower petals and it smells so amazing. And I sat down on a park bench, and I'm down here at the Colina Resort, and I'm sitting on the park bench at one of the coves, and I thought, my heart is going to hurt so bad when we have to leave here. It's just going to hurt because you can sit there and just fall into the rhythm of nature, and it is so beautiful, so beautiful. So I challenge you guys to find some place to sit down and fall into the rhythm of nature. There is always going to be some place available to do this. You know, whether it's in your backyard, a state park, wherever, go find some place to sit down and fall into that pattern, that vibration that comes when you're outside. It is deeply moving when you can sit there and have it just right here. And Gidget, I know I have a lot of people that would like to go for a walk with me here. We're here to the end of September, and or not September, to the beginning of September, and I really did. I got into the groove of it. Now, no, don't get me wrong. I have been not lazy because I'm always doing something here, right in front here. And matter of fact, I realized I didn't have the meditation PowerPoint. I just go into a class for meditation and we talk about it. And I do like having the PowerPoint presentations for our late bloomers classes. So I sat this morning and I put together a new meditation PowerPoint, which I'm very proud of because I was done with it. And I'm like, oh my gosh. I like it. So that's what I did with this morning after I come back from my walk. And I found that I worked clearer. Everything I wanted to put down got put down. And so tomorrow's class because last time we went over spirit guides, and tomorrow's class is about meditation and what it works for, how it works for us, different types of meditations, all sorts of really great information that I hope doesn't overload everybody. But this is the weekly class that we have, that is the Tuesday afternoon class, late bloomers. And I know it sounds confusing at this moment because we have the late bloomers membership, which has classes coming out continually all the time. And that's like a continuing intuitive development thing. And then we have the regular late bloomers class. And the one I'm talking about on the Tuesdays is over in September. So I will be less confusing at that point, but just so much interesting stuff. So I have to say, I have to go back and watch the live where I channeled Metatron. I have not done that yet. And it makes, I just haven't, I don't know, I'm uncomfortable watching myself. So I need to go back and watch that class. But I expect to be doing that more often because as I was walking today, I was talking to Metatron and he's like, what do you think human experience is? And I'm like, oh, this sounds like a good conversation here. And he goes, yeah. So I think that's something that's going to be going on a little bit more. We are going to get into doing some readings. Also, I'm telling everybody that I'm working on the, I'm working on all of the program to set out for the shamanic apprenticeship, which will start in September. So that will be, all the information when I roll it out within the next couple days to a week will be out there for you guys. I can't give you little details right now because I'm still hammering some stuff out. Just know that it is not an easy, okay, wait a minute. That's not the best way to put that. It's not a class that because it's an apprenticeship, you guys. It is something where you will come out on the other end feeling like you have such a profound connection to Mother Earth, the animals, the stars, and everything, because you just really connect with a lot of different energies through Journey. But we also talk about ceremony and healings and extractions and all that stuff. But it is going to be an in-depth thing, and it is not a 3-month class, I can tell you that. So I know it's going to be longer than that. Anyways, let's move on. Christine's having surgery in the morning, sending lots of love and positive healing energy your way. Just setting up for a positive experience, just to get over, done with, and heal quickly. Okay, so I'm scrolling through. I've been going to Sandy Hook. I saw you were at a beach, Lisa. New Jersey, every weekend, laying on the beach and swimming in the ocean is your bliss. My mind is clear and able to hear Spirit and Archangel Michael. You know, when we find our blissful spot, it really, really does help. Gidget says, sitting by a campfire on the fullness of the moon was last night. It was great. We watched the lightning in the sky far away. Isn't that amazing? That's so beautiful. Where is everybody's beautiful spot? We all have a favorite spot. We do. And the place that makes us happy. Lori Spears says, I have a trail by my house to walk. My yard and front porch is tranquil. I have to say that my front porch in Ohio is another tranquil spot. I will agree with that. On the porch there. Linda says, I finally worked in my garden today and I was so in the zone. It's your happy place. We all have one, you know. I love that Aaron's cleaning his house. You know why? It's because Isis is coming home. My kids, because our kids take care of the farm in Ohio, at least Glenn's there now. Richie's been there taking care of the farm. And when we're coming home, he's like, how many days do I have? You know what? Are my horses in the pasture? That's what I want to know. Is the horses in the pasture? No, that's not true. Because last time we were in Hawaii, we were here 4 days and we got the call that the house caught on fire by Buford, the Basset Hound. Yeah. Kelly McCormick, you can watch. It's not the live before this one, but it's the one before that. It's a shorter live because after that, I was like, my brain had gone to mush and I was done. So, yeah. The full moon has been beautiful there in northern Florida in the country. You live on 10 acres. Oh, I go through Florida. I have an area with bird feeders and love to just sit and watch them. Awesome. Next time I'm in Florida, I'm thinking about just having a day that we can all gather if anybody's interested in meeting up. Heidi Leister, Maui. I think that's where I'm going to buy a house eventually. That's what I'm setting intentions. Aaron says, I've been finding little things to do away from my computer, but I can't do too much physical stuff. You know what? It is important to, and I love that you're finding things to do away from the computer because we get entranced with the computer, whether it's work, video games, Facebook. Oh, Facebook is horrible. and it's actually, you guys, it's a form of trance. It really is. Anything that you can fixate on and lose yourself in time is a trance. So think about that. When we're driving, it's a form of trance because we're in the theta brainwave. You can tell I was working in brainwaves today. When I do meditation classes, I love to talk about brainwaves because we function at different levels throughout the course of our day. And where we are, I do too, Erin. I have an addiction to my computer as well. I had an addiction to Facebook, and I know that sounds silly, you guys. Oh, you live in Live Oak? I know where that is. Yeah, Facebook, horrible. And I had to step away from it. First of all, I cannot stand the hate on Facebook anymore. And social media, horrible for hate. But I had to step away, and we're going to call my addiction work though, because I have to be doing something at all times. Okay, let's see. That Nancy says we sat on our porch under the umbrella. It was 75 and breezy and beautiful. Her spot. You know, we all have a spot that we love. I can think back into my memory as a child. Some of the places that I loved to be, out in the woods under a willow. I mean, Lori says she's getting a retirement place near the beach until then, vacations. I am manifesting within the next 10 years a house in Hawaii. And it has nothing to do with the beaches. Nothing. It has to do with the vibration. Okay. I'm going to Georgia in 2 weeks. 75-degree weather, right, Kim? Right. Okay. So let's go ahead and this is the only time you like getting on Facebook. I don't scroll through my feed very much. I check to see what people have commented, and if they've commented some other stuff, I'll go back and check on that. But I don't just sit here and mindlessly scroll for hours like I used to. It is such a mean-spirited vibration. Oh, in a hammock at the edge of the river. Think of all these wonderful places to meditate to. I mean, so anyhow, so let's go ahead. First of all, I'm going to I've got to do the business part of this because that's just what we have to do. I have to post the links. This is the online membership, you guys. If you want to learn about your clairs, all that stuff, that's there. You see how I'm just like, that's there. That's there. Okay, and I'm going to share for a second because I need to do that. I'm supposed to do that. I'm supposed to be ready to do that when I get on here. I haven't been very good at it. So I need to do that. So if you guys could share one time, that'd be fabulous. Our interview comes out tomorrow on the membership with Tammy Manzo. Tammy Manzo is also going to be contributing to our newsletter. So that's going to be a lot of fun. She always has so much to talk about, so much to contribute. She is an incredible intuitive. She's an incredible healer. So, don't miss out on her. Of course, if you're on the membership, you will get an email that says that it's out. So just don't miss out on that. She is we all just love Tammy Manzo. If you guys need an astrology reading, that is the place to go. North Node Venus Astrology. She's fantastic. I keep telling her I'm going to book, and I haven't done it yet just because I'm horrible at it. I'm horrible at booking things for myself. Isn't that funny? I'll book, I'll book. Okay, so let me scroll through. I am just putting a couple things out here so I don't get Facebook banned because we love that. And then I'm going to put one more up. Let's do this one. I've never done that one before. I may or may not get yelled at for that one. Don't know. Okay. All right, so let's do this. And you know what? Oh, Kim has a 12-mile route around a river that used to ride her horse. I cannot wait. I cannot. Look at me. I'm so excited. I can't wait to get home. I'm going horseback riding. And matter of fact, I'm going to go horseback riding before I leave Hawaii. I wanted to go ride through the Jurassic Park Valley, and I really, really wanted to do that. I'm 10 pounds away from their limit on what they'll put on their horses, but I'm like, but I've got a really good seat. I've had horses my whole entire life. You could take somebody that weighs one thing and like a lot lighter and have a horrible seat, and the horse will be much sorer than me that has a good seat on, you know. I'm like, I have a great seat. Come on, just let me ride. But I'll even put in some CGI dinosaurs in the background when I'm done. Because I was going to video it, but no. Oh, I know that sounds silly, but I do miss my horses. I miss my children. Um, you had such a connection with your gelding. Oh, you had him for 30 years. I've had my mare, whom is such a princess. That was yesterday. It wasn't the living shop. That I was terrified to ride. I've been hurt, and I didn't ride very often. Ow. And now I'm just excited to get back in the saddle. But she's our old girl. She's just our retiree, and I have her son and one of her daughters that we have, and her daughter's in full for next year, baby. Okay, moving on. Let's do this. Let's do it. Yeah, I'm gonna go on the beach. I'm gonna ride on the beach. Jude Haggerty. You know, Jude, you have a guide that is actually showing, it's really quite beautiful. And I don't know what they're writing in the sand. I have no idea what they're writing in the sand. But I see letters. Oh, I do see it. Okay. It says release. There's a word written release in the sand, and then they just kind of run over it. And they're like, come on, it's time to let some stuff go. Let it go. Just there's some things that you're clinging to that you need to let go of. You can't hold on to crap. If we're holding on to shit from our past, we're going to have anxiety and depression. The same thing can be said about our future. So make sure you're living in the moment. They really just want you to release a bunch of stuff. Oh, I'm sorry, you guys. My web, you guys can see, like right here, right now, that's my webpage, mymysticallife.com. mymysticallife.com. You can find all of my stuff there. Yeah, I know it, you know, Jude, it's easy for me to say, you know, release, but it's so much harder to do, isn't it? And I'm not, you're depressed today. You know, go find something beautiful. I'm telling you, go find something beautiful. When I get depressed, this is what I do. I do this, or I go to and do a little bit of meditation, or I will just go outside and sit and listen to nature, because that really is very uplifting. It helps us create a sense of peace within our soul. And I know that sounds corny and woo woo, but it really physically does. It physically does. So set the intention that nature or taking 3 or 4 good deep breaths is going to release a bunch of crap, and bring that energy into yourself, and set the intention that that is how you're going to feel. Because if we revolve in the same thing, we're never going to have change. I hope you feel better. It's night now. You can go out and sit in the stars and feel just feel that light that comes from nature. It's so beautiful. Okay. Okay. Facebook is scrolling like crazy. I know. Yeah, really, Jude, it is. Nature is very, take your shoes off, put your feet in the grass, put your hands in some dirt. It really does help. Okay, Facebook is scrolling like crazy. It is rolling, you guys. So I'm going to try and keep up here, but I will be scrolling up and down because I go with who my guides tell me to read for in that moment. And it may be that I passed your name one time, and then when I'm scrolling back, they're like, okay, now this person. So just know that if I'm scrolling around and you feel like I'm at the top, don't worry about it, because I jump around. Okay. Glenda Dufour is I started posting flowers and animals on Facebook. Can't stand all the hate on there. I agree. Glenda, I want to talk to you about fairies. I want to talk to you about elementals and energies that are around you all of the time. You have a lot of past lives where you've worked in spiritual capacities, and they actually, I keep hearing it because I was not going to say it, but I am going to, because you have pushy guides, and they say druid and earth magic, and they talk about really, really old and I hate to call them incantations, but old chanting and old things that would stir your soul, absolutely. And I actually feel like if you heard some of the sounds that come from this, like if you were to hear some of the, and almost into the ranges of the chakra sounds, a chakra chants, that it would really, really stir some energy within you. So I would recommend words are hard, a chakra Dhyana, and you can find them on YouTube. But it's like chakra Dhyana. And I mean to tell you, I really think that will light up your energetic center. I don't know what you do for a living, but you should be a natural healer. You should be an energetic healer. I have no idea what you do, but that's what you should be doing. You could be doing. How about that way? Everybody on the face of the planet is a healer. Everybody on the face of the planet is an intuitive, you guys. Every single one of you. Some people have been here many, many more times than other people. And this is why they want you. This is actually still for Glenna, but it's kind of for everybody. Some people have been here so many more times, and I am not doing that again. I'm sorry. I'm actually sitting here talking to Metatron. And we might slip off into Metatron, and I am sorry if that happens. No, I guess I'm not sorry if it happens, but it's just he's been kind of pushy. Some people have been here so many more times than other people, and what happens is the more times your soul refreshes, the more times your soul comes back, and every little tiny piece of the lesson that you learn creates a clearer and more open channel for people to be able to channel energy through and bring through clearer messages, bring through clearer healing, bring through light that is going to help guide other people along on their journey throughout everything they do. And that's what your guides want you to know, that is there for you. That is there for you. It's there for every single one of us, because no matter what, we've been here a while, unless this is your first lifetime and you're stumbling around, but that's not very common. But I have to tell you, Glenda, that is totally Metatron. That is totally Metatron for you. And you can tell my hands start moving a whole lot more when I'm channeling. I'm trying to keep it low key, because I've tried to sit in, this is a huge example of how we can get in our way, you guys. I set the camera up, and I sit there, and I sit with spirit, and I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm just waiting. This is what I do. It seriously is what I do. Okay, I'm just waiting. And then I get self-conscious, and then I'm waiting, and then I'm waiting to hear, and then I might hear, but then I'm like, is that, do I feel the push? And so what's happening is Metatron, with his 2x4 baseball bat therapy that he loves to use with me, is going, this is channeling, and you're going to do it in front of everybody on lives, so we can take and just brush away this moment of, let's sit in front of the camera and record it. You can do that later, but let's get out there and do it right now. And that's what's happening. And I'm going, but I thought I was going to be channeling XYZ. And he's like, we're going to do it my way. And if you've ever communicated with Metatron, this is the way he works. And he is just very firm. And we have a great time, but I was just sitting here going, oh my Lord, this is not what I anticipated. But it was a full out the other day, and I know he's talking about it. And I know that he wants to just channel, because I get this feeling right here. I get this feeling like right in my throat where it's almost as if like we're going to talk. So if that happens, my hand, you can see I'm really talking to him. My hands are moving a lot. So that seems to be a thing that might happen up today. Emily Thomas, do I pick up on past loved ones? Yes, I do. There's two different energies here, okay? There's psychic energy where we pick up just random information within your energetic field. And then when I'm working mediumistically, I'm actually reaching out with spirit to connect to past loved ones. So usually they don't intermingle. Sometimes they do. But when I stop and I say I am doing just mediumship, that's when I start doing gallery readings for everybody, and whoever comes across comes across. And I don't usually answer these, but I'm going to answer this for Alyssa Goodhue. She's struggling with her future. And I have to tell you, it's all about your intention. Your guides are talking about, what are you aiming for? What is the core thing that you feel you're not achieving? And then think about the way you're phrasing it. That's what they want you to do. Think about what you're not achieving and why you're not achieving it, and then change your verbiage and set it into your intention. If you haven't watched the movie The Secret, please watch the movie The Secret. If you've watched it before, watch it again. It will change. The secret isn't just about money, you guys. The secret is about love, because if you have all the money in the world and you don't have love, who are you going to share that with? Apply the secret to what you want to manifest in a partner. That's what you need to do. Kim used to ride the same horse on the Canaveral coastline at Playa Linda Beach when you lived in Orlando. Okay. I'm reading. Okay. Vicki Roop had a lovely walk among the oaks and redwoods today. I don't know why they're showing me leaves. They're showing leaves. They're showing you like pulling leaves. Did I freeze? Okay. They're showing, and they're talking about the veins in the leaves, actually. So as a shaman, sometimes they come across with some of the oddest nature references. So they're talking about growth and cycles and bountifulness, and then moving into the winter season, and then the summer season, and then they're talking about the cycles of the planet, also the cycles in your life as well. That's what they're doing, is they're trying to relate your life to the cycles on the planet, and that you're coming to the end of one actual situation and point in life. That's such a weird reference. I'm also I'll just give you the reference. It's 7 years. Every 7 years we go through something. We go through a shift. And I know that they're referring to a chemical shift, because that's exactly what they gave me, was like, at 7 years, when you've had a customer that long and their nails start to have problems, you know that they're going through a chemical change in their body. And so, I know that. Surprise information, right? So, they're talking about you going through some chemical shifts in your body, some shifts in your life as well. So there's going to be some profound, it's almost going to feel like you're going to have a shift right underneath your feet. So hopefully no earthquakes, just a shift underneath your feet. Okay. Yeah. Just make sure, nothing, that wasn't about you. Just go with the flow. Go with the flow. You know, I'm just going to say it. I'm just going to say it. If I'm just going to say it. I have, every once in a while, I get there's going to be a shift in the planet every once in a while. Last time I did it, it was, we were sitting at breakfast, my mother-in-law, and I think I scared the crap out of her, scared the crap out of me as well. And I looked at her just blank and I said, there's going to be an earthquake in New York State. She goes, when? I said, I don't know, this week. And she's looking at me like, Lisa's done lost her mind. And that very afternoon at 11 o'clock in the afternoon, New York State had something like a 3 point whatever or 4 or something. And she called me and she's like, oh my God, that's crazy. And I said, I know, right? But as I was talking to Vicki, I got that. It's a feeling. It's like a shifting feeling. And that's also what they're talking about with her. So they're showing that ground moving under the feet. And then they're like, oh, but then there's this too. So if something like that happens, just know. I don't know. Glenna, yay. Glenda. Sorry, I have a friend named Glenna, so I do that. Ooh, is Sam here? Yes, Amy. Chichester. He can be very pushy. And it's all right. And you know what's really funny, you guys, is I was messaging a couple people about him the other day. It was Metatron, right? And I went back and I looked at all the messages that I had sent, and it spell check changed it all to Megatron from the Transformers. I was like, geez, people are gonna think I'm like batshit crazy. Let's go with Emily Thomas. Emily Thomas, I want to talk about your fire element. You have this huge fire and water element to you. So you kind of shift off into the air as well, which is really great. So they're talking about the knowledge that comes from being a feisty individual and being emotional as well. So I bet you're probably one of those people that get really, really angry and then cry because you have both of these elements in there. So just know that is going to take you a lot of really incredible places in your life because you have some of the drive that other people don't have, that they don't have this get up and go. Or they're also talking about ideas. So make sure that you are fully engaged when you have an idea and you go, oh, I think this would make money. Run with that shit, girl. Take off with it. That's that fire energy, that creator, that rebirth, the phoenix, all of those wonderful energies create in with that water energy that brings in the emotion, being able to pick up on the emotions around you, detect your environment really well, and that air element as well with the knowledge. You got some stuff coming. Awesome. Involves money. I have my one guy that walks up and goes, money, 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 money. And then he walks back. This is his only job. Can you imagine being a guide that's your only job? Like, he probably gets like a great paycheck for that. No, I'm kidding. But it's all he does. He like comes in out of the darkness and goes, money, 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 money. And then he walks back again. It's great. I do want to say here, once again, is our links, you guys. Everything I talk about, everything I do is at mymysticallife.com, which is right here. Sometime it'll come up like that. But mymysticallife.com. These are all of our links of where you can find us online. I need to add our Late Bloomers Intuitive Development community on there, and I haven't done it yet. But what we do is we have an ongoing community of learners that get on. We're posting 4 classes a month, and then there's a variety of other things that get posted. But these classes are so much fun. We did one on ancient Lemuria last week. Next week's centering, this week's grounding, tomorrow's the astrology. The healing comes out on the 8th. No, I'm sorry. The ice calcite comes out on the 8th, and I have it set here. This is the ice calcite we're giving away September 5th. This is part of the membership. If you're a member, it's almost like a giveaway ticket, because it's only $11.11 a month. Normally I charge $10 a class, but we're making it super accessible. Okay. Kim says, that class last Tuesday, the following morning, I heard that song as I was meditating about finances. Isn't that amazing that they give you that validation, that watch for it? Yeah. The secret will change your view about so many things. So many things. And yeah. Okay, let's scroll. Emily Thomas says, oh yes, I am. Wow, I've never been told I've had those elements. You can ask my husband. I'm very emotional and passionate. You Your guides, and I'm going to tell you how I got that information for you. Your guides are very upfront about you, actually. You have very giving guides. I don't know if you talk to your guides in meditation or you do anything like that, but they're talking about your capacity to feel other people's emotions as well. So you're an empath. And if you're not aware of being an empath and now how to handle that, grounding, setting, protecting, all of your major, basics, we get so influenced by the people around us that we become reactive to people, where somebody says something and we get upset and we let it emotionally affect us, and then it affects our day, and then it affects everybody around us. So your guides are very much about, this is the type of person she is, and this is why she needs to protect her energy a little bit more. So that's what they would like you to do. Well, you do live in California. I do have that shifty feeling, Vicki, and I don't want to just come out and say, I feel an earthquake now in California, because California does have earthquakes all the time. It's such a blanket statement. It's not very, Megatron, I kept changing my main name to Megatron. It just cracked me up. Okay. I'm reading. I can remember, Gidget says, I can remember a poem that gives the leaves human characteristics, forget about it. With the changing seasons, but I cannot remember the name. It was from childhood. I bet we could Google that. Brittany Love, do you feel I may achieve getting the job at the ice cream plant? Yes. They just gave me a yes and no answer on that. Sorry. Where focus goes, energy flows. Absolutely. Absolutely. Isabel Thurlow. She's like, so happy. True, money doesn't bring happiness. It really, really doesn't. I see my sassy husband on here, but I can only see one comment. Let me go back. Isabel Thurlow. Isabel, I'm not quite sure why I feel this, but I feel this rocking like this, almost as if, and I'm not saying anybody's pregnant or anything like that. I don't do that. But it is a caring. It's a mothering feeling. And it doesn't necessarily mean to your children. It can mean to a pet. It can mean to a person. It just means that I absolutely love this. I absolutely love this. And it's such a soft feeling, such a soft love. And they talk about something that you're hearing. I definitely get this clairaudient kind of thing here as well. Oh my goodness. Okay, I got you. Thank you. Not funny. They're talking about, it's something that I'm wondering if you're hearing angels. I'm wondering if you're hearing soft music, or if you're getting a ringing in your ears where your guides are trying to talk to you and you're not really getting the message, because they're like, this right here, it could be the love that they have for you as well, because they're giving me this soft ringing in the ears, this soft sound, and I actually can hear the sound of singing. So it's just a humming, a beautiful sound. So pay attention to what you're hearing internally, how you're talking to yourself, and if you are getting an internal dialogue that just seems a little bit different, because I feel like you have these new guides that are coming in. You have a transitional stage coming in and new guides coming in as well. Moving on. Moving on. If everybody could share one time, that would be fabulous. I love Sam too. I do. Did you guys see where we went yesterday? We didn't post pictures. We went to this place called the Bubble Waffle. No, Bubbles and stuff. I don't know. But we had this bubble waffle cone down in Honolulu, and you really had to look for this place, but it was like 5 stars out of like thousands of people. Oh my God. I'm like, well, I'm going back on my diet tomorrow. Those are some empty calories, but was it ever good? Oh, okay, moving on. Oh, let's see. You're claiming that ice calcite. You cannot imagine. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pick up the ice calcite. Is can't no, she's not doing readings. It's just an interview with what she does and how she does it and how she got started. I love hearing and I love sharing how other people got started on their intuitive journey because it makes it so much more accessible. This is nothing that is, I mean, it is spectacular. Don't get me wrong. It's so totally spectacular, but it's not singularly spectacular to one person. It is available to everybody. And I want everybody to see that. And that's why we're doing spotlights on different intuitives to give ideas of how they got started. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold this ice calcite up. And what I would like you to do is look at it and then close your eyes for a second and visualize holding it close to your heart. Okay? Visualize closing your eye, well, close your eyes and then visualize holding this big, huge piece of calcite against your chest for just a few seconds and close your eyes. And so I'm going to hold it up and I want you to reach out with your energy. Just look at it. Picture it. It's not nearly as beautiful in this picture as it is in person. And then I want you to visualize yourself doing this. Because I have to tell you, Sam has put a lot of healing energy into that stone. A lot of healing energy. It radiates just love and healing. It's just the most amazing stone. So, okay. Aaron Kilmer, they're showing me playing cards and laying things out like you would for solitaire. And they're saying, and then they play 52 card pickup. So it is kind of like, look, you thought this was structured? This is no structure. And then they just kind of throw your cards all over the place. So get braced for a box shaking moment with your spirituality. Erica Dallin. Guys, I will be I jump up and down in the feed. So if you're at the very bottom, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. The Secret from 2008 or 16. I didn't know that there was two different ones. Oh, that's the second one. I'm talking about the first one. The first 5 minutes of that movie are horrible. Just get past them. Just fast forward. Erica Dallin. Erica. Erica. Oh my God. I need you to know I need you to know they're actually giving me a past life for you. They've stepped right into your Akashic calls. First, they gave me some chakra information and they're like, this is just chakra. And I was like, holy crap. And they're talking about Kundalini and all sorts of stuff that you could be doing. But they're also talking about the pantheon of Aphrodite, that you've worked in the capacity of a priestess or something along those lines in a past life with Aphrodite. So I don't have any more information about but that at the moment. This is Akashic Records. This is the record of everything that we've ever done. They're held within the seventh dimension in Lemuria. It sounds so weird. In the seventh dimension. I never would have thought those words would ever come out of my mouth. I swear to God. But they do. And they're talking about you've had several sacred past lives. Greek, Buddhist, but I think that you struggled with Buddhism because your mouth moved more than they wanted you to move. It's so funny. You have great guides. You have great guides. I hope that makes sense to you because, yeah, interesting. Okay. I'm moving on. Okay. I'm going to post the links again, you guys. Everything we do, everything we talk about, you can find at mymysticallife.com, which is right here. The links that I just posted are we going to Facebook? Yeah, okay. If you think you have clairs and you want to know what they are, there's a link up there in a free clair class. There's a free shamanic journey class that's in there as well. And the other one is our ongoing continuing education intuitive development class. And it is a monthly thing, and we have so much stuff come out. Moving on. I got to go back up because when I put links up, it takes me a million different places. I'm looking, you guys. Just does take the edge off. Yes, it does. My husband does rock. Did anybody feel anything visualizing that crystal, holding it close? Brittany, no, they just gave me a yes or no answer, and they gave me a yes. Marion Simmons, how do we connect and know who our guides are? We just had a class on this on our late bloomers classes. There's so many different kinds of guides, but meditation is the key to starting, and raising our vibration is really what it's about, you guys. You have to understand that our vibration is down here, and our human physicality, our human brain keeps our vibration very low. Our soul is like really struggling to reach up higher. So when we start to meditate, our vibration raises and raises and raises and raises the more we do it. Our guides are up here, depending on what they are. If you're talking animal totems, if you're talking elementals, you're talking just regular spirit guides, you're talking angels, you're talking ascended masters. There's so many different kinds of guides. And depending on that, what they are, they're in this range here, and we're here, and we're trying to bring the gap closer. The closer we bring ourselves up in vibration to our guides, the more they're able to drop down and actually connect with us. Oh my God, that's something. Okay. But so just know that the more you meditate, the more, and I'm not saying you have to sit there and be a Zen master like this. That's why I have that free shamanic journey class. If you're a very active left brain, you feel like you're unsuccessful in meditation, first of all, we have to change our verbiage there. We're always going to be successful. We're successful in every day, in every way, in what we do. And then try shamanic journey if regular meditation just feels a little bit too zen-y for you. That's a patented word, zen-y. And it helps you engage your imagination to really get to where you want to be. Create a higher vibration for yourself so you can connect with your guides. And we teach all these things in these classes. Okay, moving on. My coffee is so cold. But it doesn't matter because it's called Chocolate Love Coffee. It's this organic coffee place here in Hawaii. I think I have chocolate raspberry, chocolate love, coconut cream, hazelnut, Hawaiian hazelnut. Oh, and blueberry strudel. It's really good. Okay, moving on. Moving on. Shelly Thomas, I can't meditate anymore. So much loss. It's the perfect time to meditate then. Because meditation helps with depression, helps with anxiety, helps create wellness within the body, helps balance our chakras, helps create connection to those that are gone. And can bring us back to feeling a little bit more even keel. Okay. It's called Double Three. Yeah, it was called Double Three. God, you guys should look up Double Three in Honolulu. Double Three Creamery. Oh my God. I'm glad we didn't discover it till later on in our time here. Oh, thank you, Gala. I'm supposed to pull you 3 cards. Gala Daly. I'm supposed to pull you 3 cards. I felt so much energy from the ice calcite when damn held into your Facebook Live. When damn. Sam, I know what she means. I know. But damn. This is for Gala. I had a facial yesterday, you guys. It was amazing. I'm pampering myself while I'm still here. This is for Gala. I have no idea what I'm pulling. Oh, okay. Ooh, okay. Gala, first I want to say, please make sure you're not holding too much stress in your neck and your shoulders. It almost feels as if there's this knot, or if you're getting headaches, that's some of the cause of that, because as soon as I started pulling cards, I got flashes here. So make sure you're taking care of yourself energetically that way. And they want to talk about you I have 3 cards. I have no idea what they are. So we're just going to start pulling. This one is about the dreamer, but I also want you to know that I pull cards, but I usually just tell you what I think about them. So you can read that if you want, but I'm going to continue on. You are able to create things by talking them into existence. You are more than just your dreamer. You're the dreamer for a bunch of people as well. So make sure that when you have things that you need to discuss with other people, that sometimes you hold back a little bit more than you should. You have to be vocal. You need to be talking about some of the things that are important to you in life, because it's not just some of the things you're dreaming about, but you may not realize somebody else is as well. It's also about your sacred space. Sometimes when I know my sacred space always involves my husband, and I don't know why I need to tell you that, but they're talking about sacred space and making sure that not only are you creating space for yourself, but space for other people in life as well. Because if we're always moving and doing for everybody else, we don't have this sense of calm in our sacred space. So make sure you're taking the time to create time for yourself and your significant other, and maybe give a little less of yourself in other areas to other people. Because we can't expect to find peace and happiness if we're not doing all of these things. We have to speak, and we have to be in connection with those that we love. So make sure you're paying attention to that, because we cannot expect other people to understand us if we're not sharing ourselves as well. So that's what they want you to know. Moving on. Damn, see, Ambry saw it. She saw it too. It's funny. I'm glad that made sense to you, Isabel. Your fingers tingled? That's awesome. If I hadn't mentioned Tammy, I wouldn't have checked out her page and then been so drawn to her reading. What an insight and different perspective of lifetimes and lessons. Tammy Manzo with North Node Venus Astrology, you guys, is amazing astrologer. Amazing astrologer. By the way, My Mystical Life, look at it, see it? Oh, it's gone. MyMysticalLife.com. You can find everything we do. I'm a shaman. I do shamanic healings. I do Akashic past life healings, which I'm not going to go into detail right now with, just because I don't feel like I should be going into detail. My guides say no. And what else do we do? Oh man, I don't want to. We do a lot of stuff. I'm sitting here talking to Metatron, and he's like, but I want to do this. And I'm like, yeah, but I own the mouth. You know, here's the funny thing, you guys. As much Jello from Sedona? Really? Really, Laura Keating? Hello. She knows we're jelly that she's there. That's what it is. Um, as much as I disagree, not disagree, push back on Metatron just to be like, I don't want to do that. He usually wins. Uno. Cute. Cute, honey. Uno. Uno. Yeah, the ice calcite, you guys, I cannot, it's just amazing. Amazing piece. That last healing session made my head tingle. Yeah. Sam in two of the three of the membership levels does healing. And he does these remote video healings. And I mean, gosh, you guys, the energy that comes through there is just crazy. I was afraid when I closed my eyes that the dog would steal my enchilada. This is a real thing to worry about. It really is. Because I know if I close my eyes, Odin would have like come and taken, he wouldn't, he'd gotten a lot of trouble. So he's not here. He's in Oklahoma with my mother-in-law, and I cannot wait to see the dogs. I didn't think we'd miss the dogs that much. Odin though is Buford is a shit, and he's a basset hound. And then Odin, you guys, if you guys are just now meeting us, and Odin is our Great Dane, and he is the hyperest Great Dane we've ever owned. He is almost 3. He's how old, honey? How old is he? I know Sam's watching. And he's just crazy, crazy, crazy. Okay. Okay, moving on. The age of Aquarius, right? Um, you joined the gym membership today? Yay! Don't forget to join the private Facebook group because we have a exclusive private Facebook group that, and I don't know if I've approved you yet today or not, that we don't allow anybody else on because we try to keep it a very, very good environment for our members. And then the community as well. We have the community that's off Facebook as well. So make sure you join those because I tried to get up in the morning and be like, hey. Okay. Fingers tingled, felt warm, tingly above the crown chakra. Yeah. Peaceful, heart racing. A couple people have said heart races, peaceful and throughout the body. You know, hi Jenna on YouTube. Is there a list? I don't do a list. I go through and I pull on whoever my guides tell me to. And they're talking for you, Jenna. They're talking about a decline in something. I'm not sure what they're showing. A decline. They're showing kind of like a line graph, and it's almost like someone threw a softball or a baseball and did a really piss poor job at doing it. And so it's almost like they threw it and went, eh. So I don't know if that's expectations, if you expected one thing to go really, really well and it just kind of flopped. But they're talking about the bounce back from that. They're saying, sometimes when we have things that happen that we don't really anticipate going south the way it might have gone, that sometimes it does that on purpose because we weren't ready for that at the moment. But they're talking about there being a moment that you have coming up that's gonna bounce, and all of a sudden there's gonna be prosperity on the other end of it because it shows a line going straight up with an arrow. It's like, okay, come on, we're gonna take this in a different direction. So just know that if your guides don't give you everything you ask for, if your angels don't give you everything you ask for in that moment, that there's a reason for that. Everything happens in the perfect moment. We're never late, we're never early, we're always there at the perfect time. And that same thing goes for the things we have and we receive in life. Edwin felt emotion and when he visualized it. Awesome. You need to try that. Your mind is always going away. What is that? Shamanic journey work? Shamanic journey. So we do have the shamanic apprenticeship that's coming up. I'm gonna start sign up for that. It'll start in September. The first class will be available in September. There will be every month there will be a live question and answer session for the people in the class. And so when I have more information on that, it will definitely be posted on My Mystical Life. So make sure you're on My Mystical Life and you have clicked follow, as well as if you want to join our email list, you can click on any of these links here and they will take you there. So if you want to be on the email link to be notified when we have new classes, we are always having new classes. Our next class is on centering. Our last class was on grounding. The one before that was on ancient Lemuria. Gosh, I wish I had not put that thing down. I have a list of the classes coming up, but I don't know where it is because I'm that organized right now. Yeah, the shamanic class, you will learn so much. It is just amazing where we journey to. Okay. Yanina, I want you to know that there's somebody that is around you that has passed away that is trying to communicate with you. I do know that on a mediumistic level, I do feel this push. I don't have any information. I just have the push. They're like, if you feel that someone or you're having memories of somebody that is reoccurring that has passed away, that you need to know that they're around you. And actually it could be an image flashes into your brain and you're like, I remember that day. I had a great memory about that. That person is around you and wants you to know that they're supporting you and that they love you. And something about rain. I'm not quite sure about rain washing away things. I'm not quite sure what that is. Miss the dogs helping me, right? I'll be doing a live, you guys. If you guys are new to this, I'll be doing a live. And Odin's huge. I mean, he's like the biggest Great Dane we've ever owned. And he's, I don't know, 34, 35 at the shoulder. He's huge. He's bigger than a pony. And I'll be sitting here and his head will come in like from here. Just stand there and look at you. What are you doing? What you doing, Ma? What you doing? I just go, dude, go slobber someplace else. So the dog just stole your chicken thigh. Oh God. Nancy says, Sam's healings are so energetic. The first time I watched, I had to watch in 2 sessions. That is a thing. He channels energy. He channels healing energy so clearly. And that's all I can say about it is he channels it so clearly because he just allows it to flow. He doesn't get the ego in the way, all that. And he just channels it that I have to tell him he has to pull back. Like when he's working on me, I have to go, I need a minute because he just flows that much energy. And in the next, him and I are discussing when he'll have healing sessions available. And what he wants to do is sit and do healing sessions just like this personally. So when you book a healing session with him, it's going to be in person. And not in person, but unless you come to the house. But it will be on a Zoom live between the person that's getting the healing and him. So that's the way he'll be offering his healings. And I'm kind of excited for him because we don't know a date yet. When we know a date, you guys will be the first to know after us. So he'll be pre-booking those. Sonia says, I'm drawing a blank. Is there a specific Akashic record reading? I haven't done one, but I need one. I do Akashic record. I have it on my page. I do offer them. They're just Akashic record readings. They do come with cord cutting. The others are the soul tapping, which is when I bring fragments back and do soul retrieval. And then the other one after that is the one where the soul Akashic Soul Awakening is where we're all in trance. Jumanji! What is that? I missed something. All I see is Jumanji. I'm going backwards up the feed now. He does keep pushing me. It is important. He wants to talk. Look at me. He wants to talk about human expectations and what we think is going to happen in our lifetimes versus what we do spiritually. And oh my God. Oh, Nancy's awesome. She's like, Sam, are you trolling Lisa's live? Oh God. Oh, I'm glad that hit home with you, Gala. Michelle Robbins, I will pull you a card, and that's the card I'm supposed to pull right there. So I'm going to go ahead and pull this out. I don't know what it is yet, but let's see what the heck it is. It is all about humor. I love this card, you guys. You can tell. I like, we'll go into that in a minute. So this card for you is all about the solar plexus. They would love you to find something that makes you feel creative, something that makes you feel like you can go, look what I did. Isn't this beautiful? Isn't this amazing? I did this. I did this. And they want that for you. I don't know what you do. I don't know if you paint or you write or whatever it is you do. There's something creative in your life. And if there isn't, there needs to be, because you need to be, oh, I understand. Thank you. You need to be sparking creativity because that sparks your intuition. Our imagination, our sense of imagination is our gateway to being an intuitive. It seriously is. When people go, I was meditating, or I had a message, but I don't know if it was me. I don't know if it was my imagination or my intuition. They're the same thing, and that's what they want you to know. They want you to create and spark your intuition through your imagination, because you are clairaudient in the very least, and an empath. Okay. Karen Kovich, moving on. I'm scrolling through, you guys, and as I pick, it's because this is who my guides tell me to pick. And so if you're at the bottom, don't worry. If you're at the top, you're at the bottom. You're fine too, because I scroll through up and down. Oh, don't forget, you guys, everything I talk about you can find right here at mymysticallife.com. This is our Facebook page, My Mystical Life 1 on Facebook. Go like and follow My Mystical Life to know when we have stuff coming on. But if you want to be on the email list, then that is in here, in one of these links. We also have extensive classes that we're teaching, and I can't wait for some of these new classes that are coming out. I think we're doing Atlantis next month. We did Ancient Lemuria this past month. Somebody asked for Atlantis. Okay, Karen Kovich. Oh, I don't need a card for you. Karen Kovich, they want to talk, gotcha, thank you. Talk about some of the things that you've had happen in life where you feel like some things may have been placed in your path, and you've looked at them, you've examined them, you've gone, I'm trying to see the lesson here. And sometimes it doesn't feel like there's a lesson. You have some very deep, profound lessons that you've had in this lifetime, but I need you to know that that's because you're still learning off of past lifetimes where you might have just dropped the ball just a little bit. That's okay. That's how we learn. But I also need you to know that you're very guided with the angels. Metatron is around you often. And the reason I know that, absolutely, I'm 100% on that, is because he's hitting me, not hitting me. He lays this energy across the back of my head. And when he does that, he's talking about big lessons and big moments in life to learn lessons and aha moments. So he's saying, hey, I'm always there when you're having a moment and you feel like you're struggling too hard and you don't understand why you go through X, Y, Z. Know that this Metatron, Archangel Metatron, is there to actually, he shows me handing his hand down to help you move over stuff instead of having to go by yourself. And Metatron is amazing. Metatron is absolutely amazing energy to deal with, work with, not deal with, work with. You have a pinched nerve in your neck, Gala? Okay. I'm glad this makes sense. I try to, give exactly what your guides give right out the gate. I'm always trying to give everything they want you to know. It may not be what you want to know, but it's going to be what you need to know. And sometimes people go, oh, I don't like that. Well, I'm sorry. Sorry. Okay, Beth Kelly. One card. Okay, Beth Kelly. So forceful. And then Judy Kennedy. This is for Beth. I shuffle, I swear I shuffle. It's about expectations. Make sure you're putting into life what you think you want out of it, because when you put, oh, okay, pay attention to your verbiage. They're talking about making sure that you're setting out what you want in detail. Don't just say, oh my goodness, I would like a new car. That does nothing. Go, you know what? I really want this white convertible. I know that I'm going to feel amazing in that. And I feel that wind in my hair and I love it. And don't go, but I have to get rid of these bills first, because then we're generating more bills. Even when we're not asking for more bills, we're thinking bills and more bills come in. You always go, this is going to come because I want it. And just feel that wind in your hair. And they're talking about you being a master manifester. So when you can master that skill of manifesting is when things are going to fall into your lap like crazy. Everything from money in the mail for no reason whatsoever. I love that one. That works really good. I'm surprised. I was surprised, very surprised by that one. Okay, moving on. Oh, Judy Kennedy. Judy Kennedy. Judy, I don't know why I get this feeling of, on the side of my face, I had this feeling like maybe a toothache or maybe a sinus infection, because I know if I get bad sinus infections and allergies, my teeth will start to hurt. So make sure you're on top of that. Make sure you're paying attention to your sinuses and your head, just so if you're getting a cold or something, be on top of that. Maybe take some immune support stuff, like, I don't know, those immune thingies. Sam takes them. What is it, Immunoboost or something like that. So be on top of that, because it feels like it could either be dental or in the sinuses, where you just feel like actually it feels sinuses, because my whole head now feels like I have a sinus, like really bad allergies. So just be on top of that. Moving on, moving on, moving on. If everybody could share one time, that would be fabulous. It just lets us talk to a lot more people in this little bit of time that we have. So, Nancy, I need the shamanic class too. Are the month prices? But I have not put anything out about it yet. I'm still talking to my guides about what I should charge for it, things like that. So I'm still laying out all the coursework for it. You're right, Bradley. I'm going to start using that. I got here exactly when I was meant to be. I struggle with this one. I really do, because you can ask Sam, if I'm 15 seconds late to an appointment, I mean, I'm 5 minutes before appointment, I'm stressing if I'm not there. And I'm having to work into that whole, but that's because we owned a salon for so many years that I was on it. I had to be on it. 45 minutes was my appointment time. 45 minutes. And I had 15 minutes to regenerate, or to do whatever I needed to do to clean my station and everything. And then I worked on the hour. So I was very on time with all my appointments. I was neurotic about it. And got to do it when we got to do it, right? Bradley, I'm supposed to tell you should be writing things down. Make sure you are taking the time to write things down that you are experiencing in life at the moment, because it'll come and it'll go, and there's going to be some things you don't want to forget. I don't know. Okay, moving on. Beth Kelly, the first thing I get for you is this pressure right here, and this is angel communication for me. This is when they come in, they do this. I know that means angel communication. You have a guardian angel that's following you very closely. Make sure you're paying attention to where you step. If you are feeling a little unsteady on your feet, make sure you're wearing good shoes. I just feel like there's a trip situation, and I know it's kind of odd to say, but it just feels like there's this tripping situation, because your guardian angel's like, I'm either going to catch her this way or this way, this way or this way. So make sure you're paying attention to that. And it's just a little thing they want you to know. Karen McNamara, I'm gonna Chris the ex or Will the wannabe new, but just friends. I'm gonna tell you neither. Neither are gonna work for what you want. Linda Champagne says, generally speaking, would you say that when people who have passed pop into our heads, it's them checking in? Absolutely. You guys would be amazed at how many times a day we are communicated with by spirit. We are trained to not pay attention. When humans first started really being spiritual, they were really in touch with everything, with the past loved ones, with the nature, everything. We paid attention to all that and got all of our input from that. So now as time goes on, we became more and more dependent upon, technology and other people to translate spiritual messages for us, so we don't pay attention as much. But we have messages come all the time, and when they pop into our head, that's definitely them saying, hey, I'm here, just know it. You think the rain is symbolic of washing away drama in our lives and paving way for a partner that you're supposed. I love that. I love that. Karen's never heard of soul tapping. As far as, did you miss the trolls? I haven't seen trolls yet. As far as I know, I've not heard of anybody else that does soul tapping. It was handed to me by Archangel Metatron, and he called it soul tapping, so that's what I listed it as. And it is shamanic soul retrieval, so working shamanically in the Akashic halls to bring back fragments from past lives that are still creating ripples in today's life. So it's a moment in time where that soul experienced a huge trauma. They said, I have to set this off to the side. I can't carry this with me through the rest of this life. And then I go in and I find those traumatic moments and I bring them back. Soul tapping, if you go to look at it online, you'll notice that there's soul tapping and then there is Akashic Soul Awakening. These are two different things. They're the same basic principle, but Akashic Soul Awakening is with soul tapping, I tell you what I found on your healing journey. With Akashic Soul Awakening, you go on the journey with me within trance, and you get to sit in your Akashic halls while I do the retrieval, and you reintegrate them into your soul yourself. So, I mean, there's a big difference, but basically the same principle. That's true. Renee Lloyd says, even people whom are alive can pop into your head a lot if they're thinking of you. Absolutely. Absolutely. What is that called? Telepathic. It's telepathic. We are part of a telepathic neural net, you guys. We all are. We just don't do it anymore. Jackie Garcia, new here, at a crossroads regarding adoption. I'm supposed to pull you a card on this. What's not a joke? I'm missing something. I miss stuff. Oh, I better get off here because these girls are going to call me to come pick me up. Let's go with happiness. Oh, I love that. Sorry, I had to look back and see what the question was. Look at that. Look at the answer. You cannot make this stuff up. Children are a joy. Children are a joy. That's all I'm going to do is I'm going to show you that card, Jackie, because I think it's so self-explanatory that I love how spirit come through for you. Okay, so you guys, if I see a lot of new people on here, and I'm so sorry because I'm going to have to get off. If you want to get on our mailing list to know when our new classes are coming on, here is the links, you guys. The membership, $11.11 a month, gets you at least 4 classes. This month's class on centering, we just had the grounding class, we just had the ancient Lemurian class, we have the 2 healing sessions up, we have a bunch of stuff up, and then a bunch of stuff coming. And from what I understand, you can see everything that's already been posted. So it's not, you're just not getting from today forward, you're getting everything we've already posted as well. So I love that. Sandy says, I was adopted. That's wonderful. So that is a really affordable way to continue your intuitive development. And if you don't know that you're intuitive, guess what? You are. Boom! Everybody is. So everybody's able to do what we do. Okay. I love doing lives. This is my favorite part of everything I do. This is my favorite part. Because if I'm having a rough day, and we do, I mean, as intuitives we do, this is the energy that lifts me up. So, and I love that. And I love you guys for it. So, all right. So hopefully we'll see you in the community. If we don't see you in the community, we'll see you online. And everybody have a wonderful afternoon. I have to get ready for the women that are going to come pick me up to take me off to see my husband. So everybody have a great afternoon and much love, find joy, feel divine because you are. Bye, guys.